So you want to move to Hawaii, but you don't know where you should live, what part of the island, what neighborhood, what type of home. Well, these are all things that we're gonna help you digest, help you start asking yourself questions so that you know where to actually start shopping on Zillow instead of just scrolling aimlessly. So stick around, get all the details. See you on the other side. Now, moving out to Hawaii is a big move, but if you have no knowledge of the different areas or the different price points or good areas, bad areas, different lifestyles, you're gonna be driving blind. So it's always good to ask yourself some internal questions, or even better yet, get yourself linked up with a good agent who can guide you. Now, with that being said, let me quickly introduce myself. If this is your first time here, my name is Patrick Longley. I am a licensed real estate agent out here in Hawaii, helping buyers, sellers, investors, and people who are relocating to Hawaii who have no idea of what's going on out here with buying and selling homes. Now, if you would like some guidance, feel free to reach out to me. I got my contact information right here, or if we want to dive a little bit deeper, I definitely suggest booking a call. I've got a link in the description down below where you can book a call directly with me or one of our teammates, and we can walk you through all of the questions that you may have when it comes to moving out here to Hawaii. With that being said, let's dive deeper into what things you should keep in mind when you're trying to figure out where you want to live out here, more specifically in Oahu. So step one is to ask yourself 3 questions. The first one, where will you be working? Will you be working in town? Will you be working from home? Will you be doing outside sales where you're going to be going everywhere? That is an important piece because traffic is a huge thing, which we'll dive into a little bit later. Second is budget. Whether you're renting or buying, it's important to understand your budget. Hawaii is one of the most expensive states in the nation, so you need to keep in mind what your budget is, because the island, every single part is different, not only with temperature, with traffic, with lifestyle, but also more importantly, with pricing. And the third thing is, what do your weekends look like? This is an important aspect because if you've got kids and maybe you're thinking, I'm going to be going to soccer practice every single day, I want to make sure that I'm in a community that's going to be very family oriented and somewhere where that's going to be easily accessible. Or maybe you're younger and saying, no, I'm going to be going to the beach every single day. Or I'm a surfer, so I want to make sure that I'm close to the North Shore so I can get some quality surf when winter comes through. It's really important for you to understand what is the lifestyle that you're looking for, because that can help you place you in different neighborhoods. Step 2 would be, let's start putting those lifestyle things and start looking at what those different neighborhoods look like. So let's just name off a few. Kailua, where I live, great beach town, kind of gives me California beach town vibes. You've got your Whole Foods, you got your Core Power Yoga, you've got very great walkability score from Kailua town where there's a Target and restaurants and things like that, to the beach. You have easy access to the highway if you want to go to town. It's very family friendly. You're always going to see families either at the park, at the beach, running around. It's obviously, I'm extremely biased because I live here, but I will say this, the surf sucks. There's not really any good waves out here. So if you're a big surfer and that's a big priority for you, I want to go to the North Shore and surf, I'm gonna have to drive at least 45 minutes, or I'm gonna drive 30 minutes to town. So again, there's a balancing act. That's Kailua in a nutshell. But most importantly, it's one of the most expensive places on the island. Now let's say you want more suburban living. Maybe you want something more Pleasantville vibe, something that's a little bit more cookie cutter. Well, then that's gonna take you to wherever there's gonna be more newer developments for like single family homes. That's gonna be Kapolei, Ewa, Makakilo. That's generally where I would place a lot of people who maybe have larger families, who also are working on a bit of a budget, because the pricing per square foot is fantastic out there. It's a growing fast community. It's very convenient as it has lots of the Targets, the Home Depots, the Lowe's, plenty of restaurants, easy access to the freeway. But it is a commuter town in the sense that if you have to go to work in Honolulu, it's a drive. It's something you have to keep in mind. So again, that's where, again, you ask your question, where am I going to be working? Because it's a balancing act. And also it's extremely hot over there. So, I mean, nothing over here gets over 95 degrees. I don't barely get over 90 degrees out here in Hawaii, but for our standards, it gets pretty warm out on the Ewa, Kapolei, Makakilo area. Now, maybe you're like, I'm not gonna go to the beach that much. I prefer to feel a little bit more jungly, maybe have a little bit more rain, have a little bit more comfort and suburban feel without the heat. And I also wanna have good school districts. Well, then I'm starting to think Mililani might be a good match for you. It's in the middle of the island, so you're not gonna be the closest to the beaches, but it is very easy for you to get to the beach because North Shore is only about 20 minutes away. You're also in a great suburban lifestyle area. They're not brand new homes, but they're good condition. Pricing is, I'd say, middle to higher of the road. There's a lot of different options with the types of homes, single family homes, condos, townhomes. And again, a great area for families because they've got 7 rec centers. They have some of the best schools, not only in Oahu, but across all the islands, and could be a great family oriented location if that's what your focus is and if that's what your weekends look like. And lastly, maybe you're somebody who's coming from the city. Maybe you're coming from San Francisco or New York and you're like, I love that city life. I love the convenience. I love the noise. I love being able to walk out of my building and be able to throw a rock and hit 5 great restaurants and be able to also go to the beach. Well, then you're gonna be looking in Waikiki, Honolulu general vicinity, right? And there's different levels to all this. Like that's just one rough area. You can get more specific. If you want luxury living, you go to Ward Village. If you want maybe something a little bit more nice upscale, but maybe regentrification, like trendy, younger professionals, Kaka'ako. There's all these different options. And that's really what your agent's gonna help you with, is like figuring out, asking those questions and going, okay, what does your lifestyle look like? Where are you gonna be working? What is your budget? Again, just those top 3. With those 3, we can generally start putting you in boxes, and then from there, kind of getting more specific with the neighborhoods. So again, you can do some of this research on your own. I would highly suggest you get linked up with somebody who can kind of guide you. It'll save you a lot of time and energy and mistakes. But by all means, if you do want to chat with somebody like myself, there's a link down below where you can book a call with us. You can also give me a call directly on my phone number right here. But with that being said, that is kind of a general idea of how you can kind of shop for different areas and things you want to ask yourself when you're looking on different parts of the island. With that being said, I am Patrick Longley. Hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Aloha.